This is SPF ETV Sports, Raider Baseball, with your host, Tim Ryan. And now, here's your host, Tim Ryan.
Hello everybody, welcome to this SPF ETV Sports presentation of Raiders Baseball. Today's matchup is the SPF HS Raiders and the Kearny Cardinals. The Raiders are 3-4 and the Cardinals are 5-4. Welcome to Scotch Plains Fanwood High School. The Raiders looking to break a 3-game losing streak here today, but they will have to beat a very good Kearny team who's coming off an easy win over Shabazz. We got here just in time for the first pitch. Steve Petruka, fly ball deep right field, and it drops in front of the right fielder. He's chugging for second base. He'll have it standing. A leadoff double for Rob Gorski of Kearny. Steve Petruka in early trouble here in the first inning. On the mound for the Raiders is sophomore Steve Petruka. He is their number 3 starter, trying to work out an early jam. Now up for Kearny is the shortstop, B.J. Jasko. First pitch. Ground ball foul off to the left side, 0-1. Let's go over the defensive alignment for the SPF HS Raiders. Around the infield, the first baseman, number 21, Marcus Dockery. The second baseman, sophomore, number 7, Jeff Hensel. The shortstop, junior, number 35, Josh Finkelstein. Manning the hot corner, number 18, Anthony Blasi. Truca watching the runner on second and steps off. Around the outfield, the left fielder, the junior Steve Williams. In center field, normally the ace of the Raiders staff, not pitching today, the center fielder Brian Maroney. The pitch is just off the outside corner, 1-1. And the right fielder is Brian Schiller, the junior. And behind the plate for the Raiders is Brad Belford, replacing Andrew Bavoni, who's at the Declan Nationals in Anaheim. Pitch up high, 2-1. Raiders have had some pitching troubles lately. Brian Maroney, Raiders' last game, a loss to Elizabeth, gave up 5 runs in the first inning. Raiders mounted a late rally, but it wasn't enough. Petruka hoping to get out of this first inning. He steps off again, having a little trouble with the signs with Belford. Let's go over the lineup for Kearny. Leading off and playing center field was Rob Gorski, who just had that leadoff double. And up right now, B.J. Jasko, number 2, the shortstop. At the 3 spots, Scott Miller, the third baseman, number 13. Batting cleanup, John DiGravina, number 10, the first baseman. Hugh McDonald batting number 5, playing left field. Number 6 is the pitcher, Jairo Mendez. Batting number 7, Ryan Murphy. That pitch is up high. It's 3-1. A good hitter's count here for Jasko. Number 8 spot, Chris Rivera, playing second base. And batting last for Kearny, Pete Estevez, the catcher. 3-1. The Jasko, the pitch, swung on and missed. The count goes full on B.J. Jasko. Gorski will probably be in motion at second base. So in just about anything out of the infield, he probably will score. Truca once again steps off, having a little trouble getting together with Belford on the sides. Jasko waiting. Truca brings the hands together, the 3-2 pitch up high, ball 4. And Kearny now has runners on first and second with nobody out. And Scott Miller, the third baseman, coming up. Truca trying to get out of the jam. Batter calls time. Foul tip, that's 0-1. Petruka for once trying to get ahead of the hitters here in this first inning. He fell behind the first two. Gave up the big leadoff double to Rob Gorski, excuse me. And then just walked B.J. Josko. Petruka shakes off a sign and once again steps off. Scott Miller got trouble waiting. He called time, and now Belford and Petruka will have a little meeting. Raiders in some early trouble. Top of the first inning, no score. Kearny has runners on first and second. The meeting is over. Scott Miller steps back into the batter's box. Brings the hands together. Pickoff play at second base. He's back in safely. Oh, 0-1 count on Miller. Pitch fouled back behind the seats. The count goes to 0-2. So Miller Petruka one strike away from getting the first out of the inning. John DeGravina on deck for Kearny. Petruka checks the runner at second and then steps off. Here's Petruka's 0-2 pitch. On the inside corner, strike three called. Scott Miller goes down on strikes and he didn't like it. That's the first out of the inning. John DeGravina steps into the batter's box for Kearny. First pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1 to John DeGravina. That last pitch on which he struck out Scott Miller looked a little bit low. He stood there and did not like it, but it was a strikeout. And he swings and misses that pitch. It's 0-2. Petruka trying to get out of the jam. Runners on first and second, one out. 0-2 count on John DeGravina, the Kearny first baseman. No score here, top of the first. Pitch on the way. On the outside corner, strike three called. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Steve Petruka. That looked to be in the same spot his first strikeout was. Now Hugh McDonald, the left fielder, at the plate for Kearny. First pitch. Off the inside corner, 1-0. Petruka stares in, checks the runner at second. 1-0 pitch is in the dirt, 2-0. So he's fallen behind Kearny's number 5 hitter, Hugh McDonald. Here's the 2-0 pitch. High fly ball, deep left center field. Looks playable. Williams has it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Petruka works himself out of a jam. A couple of strikeouts and a fly ball to deep left center field. Now the Raiders will head into the dugout. Kearny takes the field. And pitching for Kearny today will be Jairo Mendez. In his first varsity start against Queen of Peace, he gave up only 2 hits at 5 scoreless innings. Looks like Kearny has found themselves a gem. The young man, Jairo Mendez. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for Kearny. Around the infield, the first baseman will be John DeGravina. The second baseman will be number 6, Chris Rivera. The third baseman will be number 13, Scott Miller. And the shortstop will be number 2, BJ Jasko. In the outfield, the left fielder, Hugh McDonald. The center fielder, Rob Gorski. The right fielder, Ryan Murphy. Behind the plate will be Pete Estevez. And on the mound, Jairo Mendez. Taking his warm-up pitches. We're heading to the bottom of the first inning, no score. Kearny comes into this game with a record of 5-4, coming off an 8-2 win over Shabazz. They have played some very tough teams, including the number 2 ranked team in the state, Seton Hall Prep. They lost to them in 8 innings. Of course, in high school baseball, 7 innings are played, so that would count as an extra innings game. They play in a tough county, Hudson County. It will be a tough test for the Raiders today. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Raiders. Leading off and playing third base, Anthony Blasi. Batting second, playing left field, Steve Williams. Batting third, the center fielder, Brian Maroney. Batting cleanup, the catcher, Brad Belford. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Marcus Dockery. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Brian Schiller. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Josh Finkelstein. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Jeff Hensel. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Steve Petruka. Blasi takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Mendez kicks the dirt around. The 1-0 pitch. Down low. Oh, excuse me, a strike, 1-1. Not a very deliberate strike call for the umpire. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball through the hole, takes a tough hop. Jasko has it, throws it to first in time for the out. That ball took a wicked hop coming off the lip of the grass, but he was able to handle it. So Blasi, the leadoff man, is retired. Batting second for the Raiders, number 2, Steve Williams, the left fielder. First pitch swung on and missed. That foul tipped into the mid of the catcher, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. It appeared like it hit him. He's shaking his hand. And Coach Hom is going to talk about it with the home plate umpire. You could clearly hear the ping of the bat, but also Steve Williams was shaking his hand. It might have hit off the bat, then hit off his finger. The home plate umpire has not sent him to first. It looks like he's not going to. At least it was a foul tip, so it's 0-2 on Steve Williams. Takes the pitch in the dirt, 1-2. Mendez gets the sign. The 1-2 pitch, sidearm. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Steve Williams was frozen by that pitch. And the first 2 are quickly set aside for Jairo Mendez. Now Brian Maroney steps into the batter's box. He's normally the ace of this Raider pitching staff, but he's a pretty decent hitter. First pitch taken up high, 1-0. Maroney had a couple of hits and an RBI in a win against Westfield on opening day. The catcher Estevez will go out to talk to the pitcher how to approach Brian Maroney. Maroney not pitching today because he pitched in the previous game against Elizabeth. She gave up 5 runs in the first inning, then settled down. 1-0 count on Maroney. Here's the pitch. Up high, it's 2-0. A couple of borderline pitches. Here's Mendez's 2-0. Fouled back off the screen, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. As on the inside corner for a strike, 2-2. 2-2, 2 out. Bottom of the first inning. Nobody on. 2-2 pitch. Center swung on it, a pitch in the dirt. He foul tipped it, and count will hold at 2-2. Mendez gets his sign. The 2-2 pitch. Shallow fly ball in the right field. Unit a triangle out there. That is a foul ball, just foul. Maroney hit a little squiver that dropped down just past the infield and right field, but it's a foul ball. Count remains 2-2 on Maroney. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's in there for a called strike 3. So Maroney goes down looking. And that is the end of the first inning. With the score, Kearny 0 and the Raiders 0. Now Steve Petruka will take them out for his second inning of work. And we'll be right back with the second inning right after this.
Me, today I'm going to make a friend of a tree. To my friend I'll say, hello, how are you? And if my friend the tree is dry, I'll give it water too. I'll never hurt my friend the tree, so when I grow up, my friend the tree will still be here doing good things for me. Trees!
And we're back just about to start the top of the second inning. No score between the Raiders and Kearny. Kearny mounted a threat in the first inning, had 2 runners on, but sophomore Steve Petruka pitched himself out of it. Now leading off for Kearny will be the opposing pitcher, Jairo Mendez. Youngster, this is his first year of varsity play. He's looked pretty good. These pitchers have matched each other strikeout for strikeout, both with 2 in the game. First pitch up high, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul. Hit behind the plate, so count is 1-1 on Mendez. These two pitchers work at much different paces. Steve Petruka takes a long time to throw the ball. Jairo Mendez gets the ball, gets his sign, throws it right away. Problem is, Petruka and Belfort have had trouble getting together on the signs. That pitch is on the outside corner, a strike, 1-2. That's probably because Andrew Bavoni is the normal catcher for the Raiders, but he is at the Decca Nationals in Anaheim, California. So Brad Belfort takes over for him as the catcher. Once again, they have trouble getting together on the signs. Here's Petruka's 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back off the screen. Count holds a 1-2. Petruka worked himself out of early trouble in the first inning. Needs to get ahead of the hitters here in the second inning, especially the opposing pitcher, Jairo Mendez. The 1-2 on the way. Down low, it's 2-2. Nothing here in the top of the second inning. Nobody on, the leadoff man up here in the second inning. Pitch ground ball through the hole, base hit into left field. That one hit perfectly right past the reach of both Glazzi and Finkelstein. And Jairo Mendez, the opposing pitcher, has himself a leadoff single. Next up for Kearny, the number 7 hitter, Ryan Murphy, the right fielder. Kearny once again has the leadoff man on this inning. Pickoff play at first. Back in there safely. Trigger gets his sign. Pitch to Murphy inside. Had to turn away from it. 1-0. Truca gets his sign. 1-0 pitch up high, 2-0. Truca cannot keep getting himself into these jams. Eventually there'll be jams that you cannot work out of. Had 2 men on in the first inning and in danger of having 2 men on this inning. A hitter's count for Ryan Murphy. The 2-0. That is a strike, 2-1. Mendez takes the lead off first. Throw over, not in time. Two 2-1 count on Ryan Murphy. Steve Petruka fires to the plate. A bunt attempt that will go foul. The count is 2-2. He had not shown bunt in any of the previous pitches, but showed bunt at a 2-1 count. Wouldn't expect him to see him bunting on a 2-2 count. Petruka stares in. Gets his sign. Throws over to first again. Not in time. In the top of the second inning, no score. Kearny mounted a threat in the first inning. Bears were quickly set aside in the bottom of the first inning. Kearny's a man on here. That pitch in the dirt, gets away from Belford. And Jairo Mendez easily walks over to second base. The count goes full, 3-2 on Ryan Murphy. This is a big pitch right now for Steve Petruka. That'll That'll be a wild pitch. That one skipped right in front of Brad Belford. No chance for him to get it. Truca steps off. Full count on Murphy. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Want to foul back off the screen. We'll do it all over again at 3-2. A young pitcher like Steve Petruka does not need to keep having men on base. It could rattle him and he might give up a big fly. Full count on Ryan Murphy, runner at second. Checks the runner, fires to the plate. Down low, ball 4. And Kearny once again has 2 men on with nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Now up for Kearny is a second baseman, number 6, Chris Rivera. Let's see if Petruka can work himself out of a jam once again. Squares the bunt. Belford fires over to second. It's a bad throw. They might have him picked off. He is safe at third base. Mendez had a huge lead off second base. After the failed bunt attempt, Belford threw over to second, but it was a very bad throw. It skipped about 10 feet in front of second base. Finkelstein was able to pick it up and throw to Blasey at third, but it was not in time. Slight argument put up. So now Kearny has runners on first and third with nobody out. Pavonia made that throw. He was a catcher, possibly. First line drive, base hit into center field. That'll score a run. Murphy stops at second. It's an RBI single for Chris Rivera, and Kearny takes the early lead 1-0. Now Kearny has runners at first and second, still nobody out. Petruka in a whole lot of trouble right now. Pete Estevez, the catcher, at the plate. He can't hold his swing. That is a strike, 0-1. One nothing Kearny, bottom of the second inning. Runners at first and second. Pitch on the way, up high, 1-1. Rivera steps back. Excuse me, Estevez steps back into the batter's box. 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. Two-one count on Kearny's number 9 hitter. We'll talk with the third base coach. You could possibly see a bunt here. Hasn't shown bunt at any point in the at-bat. Bunt could possibly move runners to second and third with 1 out. But with the way Petruka has been pitching so far, they might want to just see what happens and have him swing away. It's a 2-1 pitch. Squares the bunt. Puts it right back to the pitcher. Has a play at third. He is safe. A bang-bang play at third base. Both Coach Brian Hom and the third baseman Anthony Blasey putting up an argument. Coach Hom claiming that he was out by 6 feet. This is what all the fans have. Hate to see a little argument going on between Coach Hom and the third base umpire. There'll be no ejections going on, so now the bases are loaded. Petruka thought he had to play a third. Looked like he might have had a better play at second base. Had to play a third, just missed him a third. Now the bases are loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. And the leadoff man, Rob Gorski, who doubled in his first at bat, is at the plate. First pitch, inside, ball one. The 1-0 pitch is a strike. The count goes to 1-1. 1-1 counter. Rob Gorski. Kearny has loaded the bases. Huge ground ball to short. Finkelstein fires home. They have a force there. He is out at home. Good play by Josh Finkelstein, getting the out at home. That's the first out of the inning. Bases still loaded with one out. And B.J. Jasko, the shortstop, will be at the plate. First pitch has a turn away from it. It's inside, 1-0. Infield, a double play depth. Rossi in the grass at the third. Line drive, base hit through the hole in the left field. One run will score. Second run goes back to third base. And the score is now 2-0. Kearny leads it. An RBI single for B.J. Jasko. Pete Estevez thought about coming home, but third base coach stopped him. Now the bases are still loaded with one out. 2-0 Kearny in the top of the second inning. Scott Miller, number 3 hitter, at the plate. Miller struck out on his last at bat. That pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Kearny has put up a 2 spot here in the second inning. They are still threatening. 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. Two-0 count. Here's the pitch. And that's on the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Big spot here in the second inning. A base hit for Kearny here can potentially bring 2 runs home and break this one wide open. Chuka faked the third, throw to first. Nobody going. That play is done very seldom in this level, and especially in Major League Baseball. That may work once in a while. That's a line drive to deep right field. That ball bounces in front of the wall. That's a ground rule double. It bounced over the wall. So 2 runs score, and Kearny takes a 4-0 lead. Scott Miller, the ground rule double over the right field fence. And Coach Hom goes out to talk to his pitcher, Steve Petruka. Still only 1 out. Kearny has runners on second and third. Petruka was able to get out of trouble in the first inning. Couldn't do it in the second inning. John DeGravina at the plate now for Kearny. Steve Petruka will stay in. Kearny has put up a 4 spot here in the second inning. John DeGravina, the Kearny cleanup hitter. Runners in second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch, in the dirt, 1-0. Raiders would love to see Petruka get out of this inning. They certainly want more than 1 1/3 innings out of their starting pitcher. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt again, 2-0. Perhaps Petruka getting a bit rattled. DeGravina struck out on his last at bat. 2-0 pitch. That is down low. And the count goes to 3-0. Considering the poor inning Petruka has had, it might give your cleanup here the green light here on 3-0. We'll see what Kearny does. 3-0 pitch. That is down low, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to John DeGravina. Kearny has once again loaded the bases, 1 out. Hugh McDonald at the plate now for Kearny. McDonald flew out in his last at bat. Ground ball through the middle. Takes a tough hop. Fickelstein can't handle it. 1 run will score. Second run coming to the plate. He will score. A 2 RBI single for Hugh McDonald. McDonald looks to be in pain over the first base bag. Kearny has broken it open here in the second inning, putting a 6 spot on the board. And Kearny leads it 6-0 here in the top of the second inning. McDonald trying to stretch himself out over the first base bag. It looks like they're not going to take Petruka out. McDonald running down the first baseline, stretching out. Possibly a hamstring injury. He looks all right. He'll stay in the game. That last ball by McDonald took a tough hop. Raiders Finkelstein was ready to catch it. So only 1 out. Kearny's runners on first and second. Jairo Mendez will step to the plate for Kearny. He led off the inning, so that means Kearny's batted around in this inning. First pitch, ground ball to third. Blasey steps on the bag at third, throws to first. In time, double play. The Raiders finally get out of the inning, but Kearny has put up 6 runs on Steve Petruka and the Raiders. Kearny leads it 6-0. It is only the bottom of the second inning, plenty of time for a comeback. Jairo Mendez will come back out onto the mound after batting twice in the last inning. Fatigue could be an issue, we'll see. Mendez retired the Raiders 1-2-3 in the first inning. Had a couple of strikeouts mixed in. Mendez taking his warm-up pitches right now. Leading off for the Raiders in this inning will be the cleanup man, Brad Belford. Belford has been their real hitting star. This year he had a couple of home runs and 7 RBI in a win against Linden. And their last game against Elizabeth, he had a bases loaded double, which was a huge part of that 7th inning rally they mounted.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Raiders, junior catcher Brad Belford.
Brad Belford stepping to the plate. Raiders hoping their offense can make up. They're in a 6-run hole in the bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. That is in the dirt, 1-1. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Leadoff man for the Raiders here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 6-0 Kearny. Put 6 runs up in the top of the 2nd. 1-1 pitch is up high, 2-1. Pitch swung right through a fastball, 2-2. Kearny can't get comfortable here. They're up by 6 runs, but there's plenty of innings left to play. The count goes full with that ball, 3-2. So plenty of time left for the Raiders to potentially make a comeback. That pitch is up high, ball 4. Belford walks to first base. Raiders can come right back with a couple of hits in this inning. They can be right back in the game. Kearny needs to stay intense, as does Jairo Mendez. The young pitcher for Kearny could fall susceptible. Mostly getting a bit comfortable. Brad Belford going to come out, and Kyle Adams will pinch run for him. First pitch to Dockery coming up here. He is the number 5 batter, the first baseman, a junior. Pitch up high, gets away from the catcher, and the speedy Kyle Adams easily gets to second base. So the Raiders have their first runner in scoring position. 1-0 count on Marcus Dockery. Checks the runner, 1-0 pitch. That's on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. This Raider lineup a bit depleted today because of the Deccan Nationals in Anaheim, California. I already mentioned that Andrew Pavoni is there, and also Dave Baumwall is there. The pitch outside, 2-1. Raiders in a 3-game losing streak right now. They don't want to see it go to 4. 2-1 count on Dockery, the first baseman. Checks the runner. 2-1 pitch, swung through a fastball, 2-2. Actually foul tipped into the midst, 2-2. As on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Marcus Dockery goes down looking. That's the first out of the inning. Now Brian Schiller steps into the batter's box. Here's the first pitch to Schiller. Swung on and missed. 0-1 to Schiller. Raiders have a runner on second. Kyle Adams, who pinch ran for Brad Belford. In the bottom of the second inning, 6-0 Kearny. Pitch. That came right back over the plate for a strike, 0-2. Brian Schiller turned away from that as if it was going to hit him, but curved right back over the plate. 0-2 count on Brian Schiller. Went out the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball fouled in the left field line. Count holds at 0-2. Schiller batting .375 on the year. He's in an 0-2 hole right now. But that ball once again gets away from the catcher. Throw, and Adams is safe at third base. Kyle Adams taking off on anything right now. You start off at first and advance to third. And a couple of balls that got away from the catcher Estevez. The Raiders have a runner at third, 1 out. Chance for a sacrifice fly opportunity. If Schiller can hit the ball to fairly deep in the outfield. Raiders down 6-0. Really can't focus on getting a big inning. They need to try to chip away at this lead, run at a time. Schiller ducks and it's up high, 2-2. Not gonna get all 6 runs back in 1 inning. Raiders get 2 runs here, 1 run there. They can get back in this game as long as their pitching holds up. 2-2 pitch. Schiller is walking over to first base. I guess the scoreboard operator missed a ball, and it's ball 4. Schiller walks to first base.
Now for captain, shortstop Josh Finkelstein.
Now there are runners at first and third with 1 out for Josh Finkelstein. RBI opportunity for him. Mendez gets the sign. Take the third, throw the first. And Schiller back in safely at first base. Infield, a double play depth for Kearny. There's a line drive foul down the left field line. Finkelstein turned on a fastball, but it just went foul. So the count goes to 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Takes it for a ball, 1-1. Kearny leads 6-0 here, bottom of the second inning. They put up 6 runs in the top of the second inning. Seeing grounds it foul into the crowd. Count goes to 1-2. Mendez trying to work himself out of some trouble here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 1-2 to Finkelstein. Sidearm. Hopped up on the infield. First baseman's got it. He makes the catch. DeGravina puts it away, and now they're at 2 down. Now the sophomore second baseman, Jeff Hensel.
Sophomore second baseman, number 7. Jeff
Will try to bring in some runs here for the Raiders. A lot of young players on this year's team. The Raiders lost a lot of seniors a year ago. Tim Pay, Eddie Jackson, Dan Gorey, a lot of players. They have a lot of sophomores on the roster. That's a high fly ball to deep left center field. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Jeff Hensel with a 3-run homer to left center field. And he has cut the Kearny lead in half to 6-3. And it could also make the blooper reel. Hugh McDonald, in a futile attempt to grab that ball, fell over the The fencing. Not actual fence, it's just some fencing. He fell right over it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel for the Raiders. Now only trails 6-3 in the bottom of the second inning. Truca swings right through it. Nothing in one. Truca trying to help his own cause here. Takes that pitch high, 1-1. One pitch popped up. Shallow right center field. Second baseman's got it. He makes the catch and the inning is over. But the Raiders put 3 runs back on the board. Jeff Hensel's 3-run homer. Right to the top of the third inning. Kearny 6, the Raiders 3. We'll be back with third inning action right after these messages.
Help wanted. Immediate openings available. For the most important jobs in America, helping the organizations that help children. Whatever you can do, in whatever time you have, you can make a difference. To learn how you can help in your community, reach us at this web address and number. We're fighting for the children. Whose side are you on?
We're back here, top of the third inning. The Raiders trail 6-3. Kearny put up a 6 spot in the second inning. Raiders came back. The 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Jeff Hensel's 3-run homer. Now Steve Petruka trying to see if he can get back on track after a rocky second inning. Gave up 6 runs. Gave up an RBI single to Chris Rivera, RBI single to BJ Jusko, 2 RBI single for Miller, a 2 RBI single for Hugh McDonald. He's been in jams each of his first 2 innings. Very imperative that he gets the leadoff man out in this inning, doesn't get a lot of runners on base. Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy at the plate now for Kearny. First pitch by Petruka. Fouled back off the screen, 0-1. Murphy walked in his last at bat. One count. Petruka gets the sign. Pitch on the way. Down low, 1-1. The 1-1. Trying to check the swing he hit off his bat. Didn't mean to swing at it. So count goes to 1-2. Nobody out here, top of the third inning. Petruka has his sign, the 1-2 pitch. That's right down the middle for a strike. That is strike 3. And Murphy goes back to the dugout. He was fooled by that pitch by Petruka. Would have been expecting an off-speed pitch. That was a fastball right down the middle. So Petruka has his 3rd strikeout of the game. 1 out for Chris Rivera. That's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. fly ball foul down the left field line. Count goes to 0-2. Oh-2 count here in the second baseman, Chris Rivera. The 0-2 pitch. That's down low for a ball, 1-2. The 1-2 to Rivera. Up high, 2-2. Rivera trying to battle back from an 0-2 hole. Rivera had an RBI single on his last at bat. It's the first run of that 6-run rally for Kearny. That pitch is inside, and the count goes full to 3-2. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Finkelstein has it, bobbles it, throws to first. Dockery can't pick it out of the dirt, and he is safe at first base. Chris Rivera beats it out. Not sure how that will be scored. Finkelstein bobbled it a little bit. Probably will be scoring an error. Yes, it is an error. Finkelstein had it, then lost it. Fired side arm over to first. And Dockery had an incredibly tough play to scoop it out of the dirt. Made an attempt, but it was futile. Now a runner on first of 1 out for Kearny. For Pete Estevez, the catcher. Pitch. Fouled back off the screen. 0-1. Oh, 1 count. Here on Pete Estevez, the catcher. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner. Count goes to 0-2. Druga shakes off the sign. Has the one he wants. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Buckles his knees with that pitch. It is inside for a ball, 1-2. 1-2 count on Pete Estevez. Runner on first for Kearny. Leads at 6-3. They run in for the bunt. There's a wild pitch. Belford can't pick it up. And Chris Rivera trots over to second base. Raiders were expecting a bunt, and with the pitch, Dockery and Hensel both ran in on the grass. That may have thrown off Pachuca. The pitch was way outside. Belford couldn't handle it. Probably be scored a wild pitch. 2-2 count on Estevez. The pitch fouled off the screen. 2-2 still. Kearny now has a runner in scoring position. Druga checks the runner at second. Gets the sign. 2-2 pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Another strikeout for Steve Petruka. His 4th of the game. Now batting for Kearny, the leadoff man, Rob Gorski. Now there are 2 outs. Runner on second. The center fielder, Rob Gorski. Pitch. Inside, ball 1. Gorski doubled the lead off the game and into a fielder's choice. 1-0 pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Pickoff attempt at second, not in time. Six to 3, Kearny. Top of the third inning. 1-1 on the way. Swung right under a fastball. Count goes to 1-2. This has been the first inning so far where Pachuca hasn't been really any trouble. Had the first 2 runners on in the first and second inning. Couldn't get out of the jam in the second. Got out of it in the first. Pachuca shakes off a sign. Shakes off another one. He has the sign and then steps off. Batter called time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fisted off down the right field line. That is foul. We'll go into the football bleachers adjacent to the baseball field. Count goes to 1-2. Pachuca working the ball. Stares in. He has the sign. 1-2 pitch. That is down low and the count goes to 2-2. Two count of Rob Gorski. Count even, 2-2 pitch. Bounces in the dirt, gets past Belford. And Rivera will go easily to third base. So Rivera has advanced first to third on a couple of wild pitches by Steve Pachuca. It could be expected from a young pitcher. Sophomore Pachuca is. Well, full count here on Rob Gorski. 2 outs, runner on third. Kearny leads 6-3, top of the third inning. He has a sign. A 3-2 pitch. Ground ball through the middle, base hit to center field. Clutch hitting for Rob Gorski. And that scores Rivera, and Kearny now has a 7-3 lead.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 2, shortstop, BJ.
Now batting for Kearny, the shortstop, BJ Jasko. Pachuca nearly got out of that inning, had 2 outs and a runner on third. Had the batter in a full count. They drove a slow rolling single into center field. Now Kearny has a runner on first with 2 down. Gorski leads off first. Here's the first pitch. Gorski off with a pitch. Throw down to second. Gets under Hensel's glove. He faked going to third. That'll be a stolen base for Gorski. So Kearny has another runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. One 0 count on the hitter, BJ Jasko. Something may have happened to Jeff Hensel's ankle or his knees during that attempt to get the base runner. Trying to stretch it out right now. Coach Hom will walk out. Kearny leads at 7-3 here in the top of the third inning. Kearny scored 6 runs in the top of the second inning. Raiders came back with a little offense of their own, a 3-run homer for Jeff Hensel. Kearny came into this game at 5-4. The Raiders, losers of 3 in a row, came into the game at 3-4. Hensel trying to stretch it out right now. Looks like he is okay. Coach Hom will walk back to the dugout. And Josko sets back into the batter's box for Kearny. Count on him is 1-0. On Josko. Pitch, ground ball into center field. Finkelstein has it, throws the first in time for the out, and the inning is over. Kearny scores a run into the inning and adds their lead. They lead 7-3 heading into the bottom of the third inning. Raiders once again will try to counter the Kearny attack. And Jairo Mendez comes back out to the mound. Mendez pitched very well in the first inning. The second inning struggled a little bit. Raiders put runners on first and third, then Jeff Hensel drove them home with a 3-run homer. Mendez taking his warm-up pitches. Leading off this inning for the Raiders will be the normal leadoff man, Anthony Blasi. He grounded out in his last at bat. Here we go, bottom of the third inning. Anthony Blasi steps up to the plate. First pitch. Line drive deep down left field line. That is a fair ball. Going into the corner, Blasi racing for second. They went behind the wall, so it's a ground rule double. Anthony Blasi ripped that fastball into the corner. Ground rule double for him. And now Steve Williams, the left fielder, comes to the plate. Raiders have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. He only trails 7-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. Checks the runner at second. Pitch is inside, 1-0. Blasi leads off second. Williams struck out in his last at bat. One of 3 Ks on the day for Jairo Mendez. Right now he'll have a conference at the mound with his catcher Estevez. 7-3 Kearny lead, bottom of the third inning. 1-0 count to left fielder Steve Williams. Blasey on second. Nobody out. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit to center field. That one hit very hard. Blasey will come around third. He's heading home. A throw, and he is safe at home. Anthony Blasey just beat it out of home plate. An RBI double for Steve Williams, and the Raiders cut the Kearny lead to 7-4. Very close play at home. The problem with that play was Steve Williams hit it very hard and went right to the center fielder. But Blasey's speed made the difference. And now the center fielder for the Raiders today, Brian Maroney. Number 3 hitter today. He struck out in his last at bat back in the first inning. Checks the runner second to pitch. High fly ball to deep left center field. Looks playable. Williams will head for third. And he is safe at third base. Rob Gorski made a good throw, trying to get Williams tacking to third. But Williams made it in safely. So with 1 out, alert base running by Steve Williams. Gives Brad Belford an RBI opportunity. With a deep fly ball into the outfield. Anything at least somewhat deep into the outfield will probably bring the speedy Williams home. 7-4 Kearny lead. Pitch to Belford. Hit back on the screen, 0-1. Belford walked in his last at bat, back in the second inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the inside corner, 0-2. Raiders cleanup hitter Brad Belford in an 0-2 hole. Trying to get into the air here, Belford will. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Brad Belford flailing at a pitch in the dirt. Gerald Mendez fooled him with that splitter. Belford fails to bring the man home for third, so now with 2 outs and Williams still on third. The Raiders number 5 hitter Marcus Dockery. Dockery struck out in his last bat. Ball in the dirt. Good job by Estevez keeping in front of him.
Hey, let's go, Doug.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1. Raiders have already scored a run in the bottom of the third inning on Steve Williams' RBI double. Pitch swung on and missed again, 1-2. Almost the exact same pitch.
Hey, Marcus, you got him, Mark.
Mendez stares in, gets a sign. 1-2 pitch sidearm, fouled back behind the stands. Count holds a 1-2.
Go, Mark.
Mendez trying to get himself out of a jam. Already given up 1 run. 1-2 pitch, down low, ball 2.
Keep it out there.
2-2 on Dockery.
Go, 2-1.
Just off the outside corner, 3-2. I'll draw a little eye here from the Kearny dugout.
Come on, Doug. Go, 2-1.
Full count on Dockery, 3-2. 2 outs, the pitch.
Go, 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 go.
Ground ball to second will be a tough play. First in time to get the speedy Dockery, and the inning is over. The Raiders score a run on Steve Williams' RBI double. Kearny now leads, heading into the top of the fourth inning, 7-4. We'll see if the Raiders can come back right after this. And we're back here, top of the fourth inning. Steve Petrucca heading into his fourth inning of work for shaky innings. 3 shaky innings pitched already for Steve Petrucca. Gave up 6 runs in the second inning. Gave up a run in the third. That's why Kearny leads this one 7-4. Raiders have scored their runs on a Jeff Hensel 3-run homer back in second inning. And an RBI double by Steve Williams back in the third.
Leading off the top of the fourth for Kearny, third baseman, Scott Miller.
Scott Miller, the third baseman, comes to the plate. It's on the inside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, up high, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball into shallow left field. Finkelstein's got it. He makes the catch. And the leadoff man is retired. So 1 out, nobody on. And the cleanup man for Kearny, John DiGravina, comes up.
Now for Kearny, number 10, first baseman, John
DiGravina struck out and walked today. Here's the first pitch. Up high, the duck out of the way, 1-0.
Hey, Ted! Come on, kid!
1-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner, 1-1. We're in the top of the fourth inning. 7-4, Kearny leads it. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Blasey makes a tough play, fires across the first. Docker has to jump and tags him out. Great play all around right there. Blasey handling the tough hop. Made a high throw to Docker over first, but he jumped up, came down, and tagged out the runner. The first 2 are set aside here in the fourth inning. So with 2 out and nobody on, Hugh McDonald, the left fielder, comes up to the plate. McDonald has fly down and had a 2 RBI single today. A pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Truca once again having trouble on the signs. He's had trouble with the signs all day with Brad Belford. Normally the catcher on this Raider team, Mitch Raffoni normally is. That pitch outside, count goes to 1-1.
Hey, man! Come on, guys, little life out there. Come on.
1-1 count. Truca has his sign. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Count goes to 1-2. Truca one strike away from having his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Truca's had to work in and out of jams all day. McDonald waits. 1-2 delivery. Line drive, base hit down left field line, going into the corner. Williams racing for it. McDonald will easily have second, and he'll stop there. So a 2-out double over Hugh McDonald. He ripped that fastball down the left field line.
Now batting for the Cardinals. Pitcher number 23, Jairo Mendez.
Jairo Mendez at the plate. Have a little warm-up action going on for Kearny. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Jairo trying to help his own cause. There's a pitcher and catcher warming up behind the right field wall for Kearny. Early precautionary. As Jairo is batting for himself here, you would assume that he's pitching the next inning. 1-0 count now on Mendez.
Hey, 2-3, come on, kid. Let's go now, Jairo, okay? Come on, Jairo.
2 down here in the top of the 4th. Truca's 1-0. It's up high, and the count goes to 2-0. Truca looked like he'd worked himself out of this inning, but he's in a little trouble right now.
Hey, Jairo!
Checks the runner at second, the 2-0. Down low, and it goes to 3-0 on the opposing pitcher. And that's finally a strike. The count goes to 3-1. Mendez taking all the way right there. Ground ball right to first. Dockery knocks it down, has trouble picking it up. And he is safe at first base. Marcus Dockery. Ball hit right at him, knocked it down, and stumbled and couldn't get over to the bag in time. McDonald moves over to third. Mendez on first.
Now batting for the Cardinals. Right field.
On number 5, Ryan Murphy at the plate for Kearny. I'll probably be scoring error on Marcus Dockery. A pitch down low, count 1-0. Here's the 1-0 to Murphy. Swung on a miss at a pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Man is running, and he is safe at second base. Jairo Mendez was running. They're going to call a balk on Steve Petruka. And a run will score for Kearny, and they have taken an 8-4 lead. Chaotic scene there. Pachuca was in his windup. Gerald Mendez took off for third head easily, but Pachuca even knew he was running. Then tried to throw the ball to second. It was not nearly in time. And the umpire called a balk on Pachuca, so the runner at third came home. Mendez on second. 1-1 count, 2 down. Kearny now leads at 8-4. Line drive, base hit past a diving Finkelstein to center field. Runner coming home, but Mendez will run back to third. Good throw from Brian Maroney in center field. Mendez would have been a dead duck at home plate, so he trotted back to third. Coach Hom comes to the mound. Steve Pachuca will be taken out of the ball game. That last one is very hard hit. Pachuca pitched 3 2/3 innings, battled all the way, gave up 8 runs. Now Brian Schiller will come in from right field to relieve Steve Pachuca. Pachuca, a young pitcher in his first year of varsity pitching. He just didn't really have it today. Got out of a first inning jam, then gave up 6 runs in the second inning. Give a run in the third, another run here in the fourth. Coach Hom had enough with him, so he yanks him here at 2 out. The top of the fourth inning. Brian Schiller taking his warm-up pitches. Kearny leads at 8-4 here, top of the fourth inning. 2 out, runner on first. And while he takes his warm-ups, we'll be right back.
Trees are very fundamental to us because we need it to get our daily oxygen supply. Without trees, we really wouldn't have some of the fundamentals that we need in our life, such as fruits and wood to build our homes. It could be a hot day like today. You could be playing ball or something, playing with your friends on the court. Then all of a sudden, you just want to take a break. You just park yourself under a tree, just feel the nice breeze come through under the shade, relax. Some people might even say that trees are our friends, and I know that trees are my friends.
And we're back. Brian Schiller will take the mound. Chris Rivera will bat here for Kearny. With 2 down and a runner on first. Brian Schiller, this will be his first batter of the game. Pitch, up high, ball 1. 8-4, Kearny leads it. One out count on Rivera. Take the third, throw the first. Dockery has to dive to get that ball, but he saved it. Still a 1-0 count on Rivera. One-0 line drive caught by Blasi, and that's the final out of the inning. But Kearny picks up another run and a balk from Steve Pachuca. Will be the pitcher of record right now on the short side. Kearny now leads at 8-4. We're heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. And we'll be back right after this.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant, what would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a million-year-old beach? Between drinking clean water or breathing clean air? Would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
And we're back, bottom of the fourth inning. Jairo Mendez taking the last of his warm-up pitches. Leading off for the Raiders will be their relief pitcher now, Brian Schiller. Started off the game playing right field. Then relieved Steve Petruka and got the final out at the top of the fourth inning. Schiller steps in the batter's box. He's ready, the first pitch. Up high, 1-0. Schiller walked in his first at bat. That pitch down low, 2-0. Line drive, base hit into left field. Went right past B.J. Josko, didn't have a chance. And Schiller stops at first with a leadoff single.
Now batting for Scotch Plains, junior shortstop number 35.
Now Josh Finkelstein, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Finkelstein flew out in his first at bat. Now he comes up here with a runner on first, nobody out. Pickoff attempt. Schiller back in there safely. Another pickoff attempt, safe. Here's a pitch. Ground ball to third. Over to first. Just in time to get Finkelstein. Charging down the line at first. Good play by Scott Miller, the third baseman. So Finkelstein is thrown out. And Jeff Hensel has given the Raiders the big offensive lift today. Runner on second now, 1 out. He hit a 3-run homer back in the second inning, which at the time cut Kearny's lead to 3, but they've played it back up to 4. Pitch inside, 1-0. And Schiller is picked off at second base. Goes to third. They got him in a run down. Back to second.
Go get him!
And Schiller finally tagged out. He made that run down as long as possible. But Kearny is picked up. Schiller is picked off by Kearny pitcher Jairo Mendez.
Hey, way to help your cause, 2-3.
So Jeff Hensel still at the plate, 1-0 count on him. Now with 2 down. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 to Hensel. Swung on a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss and a pitch in the dirt. He struck him out. And the Raiders are retired in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left on. And Kearny still leads at 8-4, heading to the top of the 5th inning. Brian Schiller will take the mound. He got the final out of the 4th inning. A line out by Chris Rivera. Raiders have tried to make a comeback attempt after they fell behind 6-0 after the top of the 2nd. They scored 3 runs. In the bottom of the 2nd inning on a Jeff Hensel 3-run homer. And we'll be right back right after this.
As the American military gets smaller, who will be there to answer the call? They will. They're the National Guard and Reserve, and they make up half of today's military forces. As an employer, you may be asked to support their mission. Remember, their response depends on yours.
And we're back. Top of the 5th inning. Raiders trail 8-4. First pitch by Schiller up high, 1-0. Here's Schiller is 1-0. Way up high, count goes to 2-0. Schiller relieves Steve Petruka. In the top of the 4th inning, got the final out.
Let's go now, let's go, 4. Hey, 4. Hey, 4.
Schiller stares in. Here's the 2-0. That's on the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball to short. Finkelstein has it. Slings it over to first. It skips in the dirt and it gets by Dockery. That one goes all the way to the track adjacent to the baseball field. And he easily goes to second base. I'll probably be scoring an error on Finkelstein. That ball skipped in the dirt. Ball skipped in the dirt. Very tough play for any first baseman to handle. Now the leadoff man, Rob Gorski, steps onto the plate with a runner in scoring position and nobody out for Kearny, trying to extend their 4-run lead. On the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Schiller checks the runner, throws. That is also on the inside corner, 0-2. Oh, 0-2 count here on Gorski. Schiller checks the runner. 0-2 pitch. Swung on a foul back off the screen, 0-2. Estevez on second. He reached on error by Finkelstein and got over to second on the error. Here's the 0-2 pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Brian Schiller with his first strikeout of the game. The off-speed pitch fooled him. With 1 out. The shortstop, B.J. Jusko, steps up to the plate.
Let's go down, two.
Jusko has walked and had an RBI single. Pitch way up high, gets past Belford. A throw to third, safe. Once again, Belford couldn't handle the high pitch. One-0 count. Now on B.J. Jusko. That probably could be scored a pass ball. Even though the pitch was up high, he had it in his glove. It just fell out. Slings it over to third. Back in time. Still a 1-0 count. Another RBI opportunity for Kearny. They've cashed in most of the game when they've had these opportunities. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. Even with 2 outs. That's hit back on the screen for a strike. Now goes to 1-1. One and one count here on Jusko. Schiller gets his sign. 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's up high. The count goes to 3-1. Hitter's count for B.J. Jusko. If he just lifts one in the air, he can probably extend the Kearny lead to 5 runs. Bring in the runner for third. 3-1 pitch. High fly ball to deep right field. Right fielder makes the catch. Relay to Dockery. Now he'll score the run easily. It's a sacrifice fly for B.J. Jusko. Josh Wexler now playing out of right field. There was no way he could have made that throw.
Now for Kearny.
Now with 2 out and nobody on. Scott Miller, the third baseman at the plate for Kearny. The pitch to Miller. Up high, 1-0. Kearny now leads it 9-4, top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0. It's on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. One pitch. Fouled back off the screen, 1-2. Ryan Schiller started out in the game as the right fielder. Lee Petruka in the top of the 4th. Had 4 shaky innings. 1-2 pitch, fouled back off the screen. Count holds 1-2. Still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Is just off the inside corner. Count goes to 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Two pitch to Miller, up high. Count goes full, 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right back to Schiller. He grabs it, fires the first in time for the out, and the inning is over. But Kearny gets a run on a sacrifice fly by B.J. Josko. And heading to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Raiders trail 9-4. They will have 3 turns of bat left to try to shrink this Kearny lead. Jaro Mendez will start his 5th inning of work. He's pitched fairly well in his 4 innings. Raiders have had a couple of chances to add to their run total. But a couple situations with a runner on third base and less than 2 outs. Haven't been able to do it. They're a young team, they just don't have that situational hitting down yet. That will come as the season goes along. Very talented team like Kearny has produced runs, some sacrifice flies, and a couple of base hits in those situations. Kearny in a very difficult county, Hudson County. They're 5-4, they've played some great teams. They lead 9-4. Aaron Mendez is trying to avoid the big inning here. Leading off for the Raiders next inning will be Josh Wexler. He came in right field to replace Schiller, who will leave Steve Petruka.
The start playing number 17, Josh Wexler.
Here's the first pitch to Wexler. In the dirt, 1 and out. Wexler waiting, the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball in the shallow center field. That might drop in, and it does. A base hit. A leadoff bloop single for Josh Wexler. The Raiders have a leadoff base runner. And now Anthony Blasi,
Number 18, senior third baseman, Anthony
a
Blasi.
third baseman who doubled in his last at bat and scored on an RBI double by Steve Williams. Pickoff attempt to first, he's safe. Another pickoff attempt, he's back safely. Another pickoff attempt, he's back safely. Another pickoff attempt. That one skips into the dirt. Wexler will easily make second base. So all those pickoff attempts, one finally got away from the first baseman, Sean DiGravina. And the Raiders now have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And the heart of their lineup coming up. This could be a real chance for the Raiders to put up some runs on the board and cut into this Kearny lead. Time is running out, the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-4 Kearny lead. Mendez checks the runner. Again checks the runner and he'll step off. He'll have a conference with his catcher Estevez. Hasn't delivered a pitch yet to Blasi. Here goes the first pitch. A high fly ball to deep left center field. This is playable. Donald makes the catch. Wexler time to tag, and he is out. He didn't even slide. Not even a play at third base. And so the Raider rally comes to a halt. 2 out, nobody on. A double play there for Kearny. And Steve Williams comes to the plate. So it looked like could have been a big inning. Or race.
Now batting for Scotch Plains number 2, Steve Williams.
Josh Wexler gets thrown out, trying to tag up to third. It was the 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Ground ball in the left field line foul. Coach Hahn picks it up. Count goes to 2-1 on Williams. Mendez has his sign. Now steps off. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count goes even, 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Sidearmed inside. Count goes full, 3-2. Hasn't been pretty, but Jairo Mendez has pitched 4 2/3 effective innings. This is opponent Raider lineup, and he's kept them in check for the most part. A 3-run homer for Jeff Hensel. RBI double for Steve Williams. That's been it for the Raiders. They've mounted some of their rallies, but Mendez has gone out of them. And he's gotten a lot of run support. Kearny's put 9 runs up on the board. 3-2 pitch. And it hit him. It hit Steve Williams on the arm. He'll trot to first base. So now there's 2 out and a runner on first.
Now batting for Scotch Plains.
And it'll be the center fielder, Brian Maroney.
Brian Maroney. 2 out, runner on first. Pitch to Maroney. Up high, ball 1. Williams leads off first. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. And Jairo Mendez has just balked. He was in the middle of his windup, and he stopped his motion. The home plate umpire sent Steve Williams to second base. Now the Raiders have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Count is 2-0 on Maroney. Right now the home plate umpire explained the situation to the Kearny manager. Maroney steps back in, 2-0 count. Mendez stares in, checks the runner at second. As in the dirt, 3-0. Good job by Estevez blocking that pitch. So a 3-0 count here for Maroney. With the heart of the lineup coming up, you might expect him to take this pitch.
And it has looked wild in this at bat. Pickoff attempt, no throw. Still a 3-0 count for Brian Maroney. 3-0 pitch. Ground ball fouled on the left field line. Now it goes 3-1. So he had the green light in 3-0. Two outs here, bottom of the fifth inning. Kearny leads at 9-4. They put up 6 runs in the second inning. It's been all they've needed so far. Raiders have mounted a couple of threats, but they're still trailing by 5 runs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Brian Maroney up the center fielder, number 3 hitter. 3-1 count. That is inside, ball 4. So now the Raiders have a couple of men on with 2 down. And Brad Belford, the cleanup hitter, in a spot where he can do some damage. He plants one over the wall. They can cut the Kearny lead to 2. And Kearny's manager is certainly aware of that. He trots out to the mound. Talked to Jairo Mendez about how to approach Brad Belford. Belford has struck out and walked today.
Now batting for Scott Plains. Catcher, number 40, Bradley Belford.
2 outs, runners on first and second. Brad Belford at the plate. The umpire dusts off home plate. Catcher Belford steps in. Checks the runners. First pitch inside, ball 1. Big spot here for the Raiders. One swing of the Brad Belford could bring the Raiders right back into this game. Mendez steps off. Mendez will try to pitch very carefully to Belford. Doesn't want to leave one out over the plate. He makes any mistake, Belford's sure to crush it. Ground ball to third. He tags out the runner, Williams, heading to third. And the inning is over, so the Raiders mount a threat. Mendez does a great job of getting out of it. No runs, a couple of hits, 2 men left on. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. The Raiders trail 9-4 to Kearny. Once again, the Raiders had a couple men in scoring position. Didn't bring them home. Yesterday, pitching staff has given up 9 runs, but we'll be right back to see how the Raiders play these final few innings right after this. And we're back. Heading to the top of the 6th inning. Schiller taking his warm-up pitches. Schiller, pitch 1 in the 3rd inning. Give him a run on a sac fly in the 5th inning. Raiders had their one big chance to come back. Back in that last inning, they had the heart of the lineup. Pull them in on, but couldn't produce the runs. We'll see if the Raiders have another chance, but right now the pitching needs to hold up, so this one doesn't get too far out of hand. Top of the 6th inning, it's getting colder here. It's been overcast from the get-go. First pitch fisted to the second baseman. Hensel fires first in time for the out. There's one man down.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 9 left fielder, Hugh McDonald.
Hugh McDonald comes to the plate for Kearny, the left fielder. 9-4, Kearny lead, top of the 6th. Pitch ground ball to first. Dockery scoops it up. Cross over to first and steps on the bag, and there are now 2 men down in the 6th inning. The first 2 are set aside very quickly. Jairo Mendez, the opposing pitcher. He's going to stay in to pitch the 6th. He takes his at bat here. First pitch, and it hit him. Right in the back. Mendez stares out to Brian Schiller on the mound. And he trots to first. He was not happy with that. Took one right in the back, but he appears to be okay. Brian Schiller getting a little wild. I can see no reason why that would be intentional, so you have to think to be just be a spurt of wildness from Brian Schiller. Mendez leads off first. First pitch. Ground ball through the hole, past the diving Finkelstein to left field. Mendez stops at second. There's a single for Ryan Murphy, the right fielder. Now Kearny has 2 runners on. With 2 down. Kearny has swung at the first pitch every single at bat, other than the one Jairo Mendez was hit with. Here's Kearny, he's trying to swing for the fences. Put this game away. Pitch up high. 1-0 count. Chris Rivera now batting for Kearny, the second baseman. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's outside for a ball, 2-0. Schiller deals. Golfed into left field. Drops down for a base hit. It gets by Williams. 1 run will score. McDonald stops at third. And Rivera slides into second base with a double. It's an RBI double for Chris Rivera. And the Kearny Cardinals now lead 10-4. Brian Schiller got the first 2 batters out with his first pitch. Then he hit Mendez, gave up a single, and gave up a double to Chris Rivera. Now it appears we're going to have a pinch hitter. This is the Kearny manager going over the lineup cards with the home plate ump.
Pitching for Kearny, number 17, Ryan Romer.
Ryan Romer will pinch hit for the Kearny Cardinals. And now have a 10-4 lead. With a base hit here, Kearny could probably put an end to this one. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 out. Ryan Romer, the pinch hitter. Schiller steps off. Schiller gets his sign. First pitch, down in the dirt, 1-0. 1-0 on Romer. Swung on and missed. Now it goes to 1-1. Murphy on third, Rivera on second. And Romer at the plate, the pitch. Outside, 2-1. One pitch, sidearmed outside. Count is now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Belford framed that pitch nicely. A little borderline, called a strike. Schiller has his sign. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The inning is over, but Kearny adds another run to their lead. An RBI double from Chris Rivera. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Raiders trail 10-4.
Positional. 16 and 23. Positional. Well, just defense. Just defense. That's
all. Into the bottom of the 6th. The Kearny Cardinals will have a new pitcher, Jairo Mendez. Pitched 5 effective innings. When you have 10 runs of run support, all you have to do is really keep the ball down. Don't give up a lot of runs to the Raiders, and he didn't. Rob Gorski will relieve Jairo Mendez. Jairo Mendez, the young pitcher, you don't want his pitch count too high. With a 6-run lead, you can feel comfortable putting a reliever out here. Marcus Dockery will lead off for the Raiders to start the bottom of the 6th. Gorski taking the last of his warm-up pitches.
Number 16, Rob Gorski. Leading off the bottom of the 6th of Scotch Plains, first baseman number 21, Marcus Dockery.
Marcus Dockery, the number 5 hitter, the first baseman, will step in for the Raiders. Raiders need base runners. They are trailing by 6 runs. First pitch, up high, ball 1. Gorski was a center fielder. Now comes in to pitch, leaving Jairo Mendez. Pitch fell back off the screen and hits the catcher. The count goes to 1-1. One count on Dockery. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, skips in front of home plate. Count goes 2-1. You have some warm-up action in the Raider bullpen. Josh Wexler will probably come in to pitch the top of the 7th. Pitch on the outside corner. Count goes to 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High fly ball to left field. Playable for McDonald. He makes the catch. And there's one man down bottom of the 6th inning. Now up for the Raiders is Brian Schiller.
Now up for the Raiders, number 10, pitcher, Brian Schiller.
Ten to 4, Kearny lead, bottom of the 6th inning. The 6th-run 2nd inning has boosted Kearny. A pitch down low, 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung right through a fastball. Count as it evens up at 1-1. Two 2-1 count on Brian Schiller. 2-1 pitch. Had looked a bit high, but it's called a strike, 2-2. Two count on Brian Schiller. Reliever Rob Gorski.
What do you think that 1-0? Here we go now. Here we go, Brian. Come on now, Brian.
Trying to hold the fort in the 6th inning. Schiller turns away from that. The count goes full, 3-2. Three-two count, 1 out, nobody on. Pitch up high, ball 4, and the Raiders have a base runner.
Brian Schiller with the base on goal.
They'll need a lot more if they can
Shortstop, number 35,
come back from this 10-4 deficit. Raiders will do all they can here. Josh Finkelstein, the shortstop, comes up to the plate. Gorski throws over to first. Not in time. Pitch ground ball through the hole of base hit in left field. Just over the glove of the third baseman, Scott Miller.
Now batting for Scott Clean.
And here's the Raiders' offensive star for today, Jeff Hensel, second baseman. Got a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. Raiders haven't been able to do much after that. Wasn't pretty for Jairo Mendez, but he set the Raiders down. Kearny leads at 10-4. 1 out, runners on first and second. First pitch. Holds a swing up high, 1-0. Gorski gets the sign. 1-0 pitch. Swung right through the fastball, 1-1. One count on Hensel. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed again. Count goes to 1-2. Raiders have a couple base runners on. We're going to chip away at this Kearny lead. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Kearny leads 10-4. The 1-2 pitch. Down low, count goes even to 2-2. Gorski stares in. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Hensel was fooled at the off-speed pitch. Didn't offer much of a swing. And now there are 2 down with runners on first and second. For Josh Wexler. Wexler, the fellow sophomore. Will try to drive in these two base runners. A big edge here for Kearny, 10-4. Wexler waits. Here's the first pitch. Fouled back behind the screen. Count goes to 1-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, gets past the catcher. Base runners do not advance. They didn't really get a good break once the catcher Estevez lost the ball. You don't want to risk the rally ending. So the runners stay at first and second. Wexler in the last inning singled, got over to second base and tried to tag to third. He was thrown out. This is a ground ball to short. Flips it over to second in time for the out. And the side is retired. The sixth inning is over. We'll head to possibly the final inning right after this. Back, top of the seventh inning. Wexler was warming up, but Brian Schiller will stay in at pitch to seventh. Barring a major Raider comeback, looks like Kearny will improve its record to 6-4. Brian Schiller will try to hold down the fourth. Taking the last of his warm-up pitches. There's our director, Mr. Wyatt. Does a very good job here, the TV crew. Rob Gorski at the plate. Takes the first pitch from Schiller inside, ball one. Gorski relieves Jairo Mendez in the sixth inning. Pitched effectively. The 1-0 is high, ball two. Here's the 2-0 from Schiller. Inside, 3-0. Schiller relieved. Schiller relieves Steve Trapuka in the top of the fourth inning. That is on the inside corner, a strike, 3-1. Relieves Trapuka in the top of the fourth. Pitched pretty effectively. And that is inside ball 4. So Gorski walks to start off the 7th inning.
Now batting for Kearny, number 2, shortstop.
He didn't struggle with the big inning like Steve Puka did, but Kearny just kept extending their lead every single inning, a run here, run there. And now they lead 10-4. Schiller has done what he was asked to do, stop the bleeding. And now Nixon will pinch run for Kearny.
Close to runner into the pitcher, number 1.
Let's go now, let's go now, 2. Come on now, Brian. Hey, 2. Come on now.
BJ Josko, the hitter, bunts it. No play at second, throws over to first in time. He bunts the runner Nixon over to second base.
Now for the Cardinals, third baseman, number 13, Scott Miller.
Scott Miller, the third baseman, number 13 at the plate, the number 3 hitter for Kearny. With 1 down and a runner on second.
Here we say now, Philly.
It's a high fly ball on the infield. Finkelstein has it, makes the catch. And there are 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning.
Now for the Cardinals, first baseman, number 10, John DiGravina.
First pitch on the inside corner, 0-1. The 0-1 is on the inside corner, 0-2.
Come on out, JD.
0-2 count on John DiGravina, the first baseman. There's a fly ball in the shallow right field. Tough play for Dockery, and he can't make the catch at foul ground. The count stayed 0-2. Dockery would have had to make a tough over-the-shoulder catch to grab that one. And with the fence and the tarp coming near him, he couldn't make the play. Count holds at 0-2, 2 down, top of the 7th inning. Kearny leads 10-4. They have a runner on second for John DiGravina.
Go now, Blah.
Pitch up high. Count goes to 1-2.
Come on, show. Come on, show. Let's go now, kid.
Here's the 1-2 pitch for Schiller. Runner going, it's fouled off. Nixon was breaking for third on the pitch. Would have had it easily. But DiGravina fouled off the fastball. Count stays at 1-2. One, 2 count on DiGravina. Schiller checks the runner. He steps off the mound. Nixon runs back to second. One, 2 count on DiGravina, top of the 7th, 2 down. The pitch just off the inside corner. Count goes to 2-2.
Come on now, Schiller.
What do you say now, Johnny? What do you say now, 10? Come on, John, what do you say? Come on now, Johnny, what do you say now, Johnny?
And Schiller calls Belford to the mound. 2-2 count here on John DeGravina. Kearny's cleanup batter.
Come on, John, be smart now. 2-2. Let's go now, 10.
Schiller stares in.
Let's go now, Johnny. D. Base it.
Gets the sign, checks the runner.
Let's go now.
2-2 pitch in the dirt. Gets by Belford. And Nixon will have third base easily.
Let's go now, Johnny. D's here for you.
And with that pitch, the count goes full, 3-2. Schiller in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 7th inning.
Come on, Ted. Come on, Ted. Let's go, Johnny. What do you say, Johnny? Yeah.
There's a high fly ball to left field. Williams running in foul ground. And it hits off the tree. And foul ground. The count holds at 3-2. That ball hadn't hit a branch of that tree over there in left field. Probably would have been caught, but it's an obstacle you have to play with here. The count stays full at 3-2.
Come on, Ted. Come on now. Let's go. Come on, Johnny.
Here's a 3-2 pitch.
There you go, Johnny.
Just off the inside corner. Ball 4. DeGravina walks. And now Kearny has runners on first and third with 2 down. Hugh McDonald, the left fielder,
Now batting for Kearny.
will be batting for Kearny.
Fielder, Hugh McDonald.
Come on, Huey. Huey. Let's go, Hugh. Come on, let's go. That's it. Come on, Shell.
First pitch by Schiller, sidearms it. Down low. And Belford throws and picks Nixon off third base. John DeGravina was charging for second. Belford never had a play on him heading to second. But Nixon had a huge lead off third. Belford gunned him down, and that ends the top of the 7th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Raiders. They trail 10-4. Rob Gorski stays on the mound for Kearny. This opponent Raider lineup will come back. It's really not impossible. Gorski taking his warm-ups. Here I am, nestled high atop the third base bleachers. On a cool day. Started off overcast, about 60 degrees. Got cooler. Still plenty of light to finish this game. Ten to 4, Kearny lead, bottom of the 7th inning. Fortunately for the Raiders, they'll have the top of their lineup starting off this inning. Anthony Blasi will lead off. Rob Gorski just needs to avoid the big inning here, keep the ball down. Try not to walk anybody. The Raiders need to do, they need to get base runners on.
Seventh inning for the Scotch Plains Family Raiders. Senior third baseman number 18, Anthony Blasi.
Anthony Blasi, the third baseman, at the plate. He doubled and scored back in the 4th inning on Steve Williams' RBI double. A high fly ball in shallow center field. Like a baseman's got it, he makes the catch. And there's one down, swinging on the first pitch. And now with one down, Steve Williams comes to the plate. He doubled in Blasi in the 4th inning. First pitch. It's in for a strike, 0-1. That pitch is inside. Count evens up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Now it goes to 1-2.
Spot now, come on.
Gorski's 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Steve Williams goes down swinging. And now the Kearny Cardinals are 1 out away from a victory here in Scotch Plains Family High School.
Center fielder, number 11, Brian Maroney.
Last hope for the Raiders. Their center fielder, number 11, Brian Maroney.
Come on, Brian.
2 down, nobody on. Last of the 7th. Raiders trail 10-4. Pitch up high, 1-0. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice heat from Rob Gorski. County ends up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Up high. Count goes to 2-1. Gorski gets a sign, the 2-1 pitch. Down low, count goes to 3-1. Maroney trying to extend the inning. He prolonged the inevitable. 3-1 pitch. On the inside corner. The count goes full and Kearny is 1 strike away from a victory here over the Raiders. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball into center field. This one appears to be playable. Makes the catch and the ball game is over. The Kearny Cardinals have defeated the SPFHS Raiders 10-4. In reason Kearny won this game was a 6-run second inning. Kearny pounded sophomore pitcher Steve Petruka. Raiders had 9 hits, tried to mount a threat, but this one was over by the 3rd inning. Kearny wins it 10-4. This has been the SPF TV Sports presentation of Raiders Baseball. We'll see you next time. I'm Tim Ryan. We'll see you next time.
This has been an SPF ETV production.